Hi, welcome to the Mammoth Tech Show, and today we're going to be talking about inflatable kayaks. Like a lot of people, I tried out stand-up paddleboarding several years ago and really enjoyed it. I really like being on the water. I've grown up on the water and it's just something that I really enjoyed. So after trying that out for a season or two, I went and had a taster session in a proper rigid kayak and found it to be a lot more stable again. Really enjoyed it and just found that I was much happier on the water. So I started looking around at different kayaks to purchase. The problem, of course, with full-side rigid kayaks is their size, weight, and how on earth you transport them. I've only got a small car, so there's no way it was going to fit in the back of the car, and trying to get one on and off of the roof isn't particularly easy, even if you've got two people on the job. So I started having a look at inflatable kayaks, as there were several on the market, and having been to various shows, I came across Sandbanks Style, who have inflatable kayaks that are double chambered, and they go to high pressure just like a stand-up paddleboard, so they act the same as a rigid kayak, but they are inflatable, thus making it portable, thus making it so that we can fit it in the back of the car. After seeing the Sandbanks Style kayaks in person at a couple of the shows, I then had to decide which of their two models of inflatable kayak that I wanted to go for. So they have one model called the Voyager, which is a flat-bottomed inflatable kayak, which is for use on rivers and lakes and flat water. And it's a bit wider and it's got a bit more storage space on because it's designed for going on longer kind of trips. They also have the Optimal kayak, which has a V-shaped hull, which makes it suitable for rougher waters and sea. And because we live by the coast and we quite often like to go to kayak off at the local beaches, I opted for the Sandbanks Style Optimal single-seater, but you can also get longer double-seater versions of both kayaks. So I've now had my Optimal kayak for a couple of seasons now, and I love it. It's so stable that you don't feel like you're being buffeted around by the waves, or if you're playing around in the local estuaries, you've got wake of other boats and you've got the power boats playing around as well. You don't feel like you're getting buffeted around by the wake of those boats either. I also find that because the front bit of the cockpit of the kayak acts as a footrest, I've got somewhere that I can brace my feet. So when I'm sat in it, it's a lot more comfortable than just sitting on top of a paddleboard with a seat, because you don't necessarily have a footrest to be able to brace your feet. So that's the other thing that I wanted to say about the Optimal kayak, actually, is that it's a sit on top kayak. So one of the things for me was I don't like having my legs trapped. So a traditional sea kayak where you have to slide your legs underneath the cockpit and then you're basically trapped in it if it went over, that really didn't appeal to me at all. So I wanted a sit on top style kayak where my legs were basically free, so that if for some accident I did fall off of it, I wasn't trapped in it at all. And so the Sandbanks Style Kayaks just fit all of my requirements, and it's really comfortable. It came with the kayak, a seat, a double paddle, and their backpack, which is it's also got wheels to help you easily transport it. I would say it's rather heavy, even though it's only the single one, so I've never used it as a backpack because it's just too heavy for my back. But it is useful having the wheels on the bag to be able to help assist slide it in and out the back of the car and when you're packing things away. Talking of transporting the kayak and its weight, one of the other things that we did invest in is a set of kayak wheels which you can strap to the bottom of the kayak with some ratchet straps, and that basically means that one person can transport it from the car down to the beach or the slipway or wherever you're going to be launching it from, and it just helps assist carry some of the weight because it is a lot bigger and a lot bulkier than a paddleboard. So as previously mentioned, when I first bought my kayak, it came with a seat, specifically this one here, which, as you can see, you've got the seat base, you've got a big seat back, and you have some fabric straps which attach to the side of the kayak, and then you adjust these to make sure that it's upright and supporting your back. I find this seat to be perfectly durable and perfectly comfortable. However, one of the downsides of it is that sometimes these adjustable straps that you've got on the side do come loose, and then you find that it doesn't support your back particularly well. So at a recent show that we've been to, Sandbanks had a stand again, and when I went to have a look and talk to them, I noticed that they had a new seat. The seat in question is this one here, which, as you can see, is quite a bit different. Namely, the base that you sit on is a little bit thicker and a little bit more comfortable, and then the sides of the seat have been made so that they wrap around and support you a lot more than the older seat. They've also changed all of the furniture on the side straps so that they are more resistant to salt water, and also they've made them a lot stronger so that they don't come loose, so that when you're sat in the seat you can adjust it around your back to support your back, and then it stays there and doesn't come loose, which covers off a few of the issues that they found with the older seats. When I spoke to them at the show, they said to me that because I was an existing customer, they were doing a special upgrade deal on the seats, and all I had to do was give them a call, ask them for the special upgrade deal on the seat. They would send me one at a special discounted price for being an existing customer, which is, as you can see, exactly what I did, and phoned them up. Absolutely no issues, no questions. Yeah, we've got your details on record. We'll get it to you. And it was sent to me in a couple of days. So this is the new seat, and this is the one that I'll be trying out this season once we get the kayak out on the water. So in conclusion, I am really, really happy with my decision to go with an inflatable kayak over a paddleboard with the kayak seat. It can be a little tricky to get in and out of depending on where you launch from, because obviously the kayak has sides, whereas the paddleboard with the seat doesn't have sides. So it can be a little tricky to, as I say, to get in and out of. but I enjoy it so much more because it's so much more stable for me, and I don't feel like I'm constantly having to worry about tipping over if a wave comes towards me, or if something or someone bumps into me. It's just so stable, and their claims of it acting the same as a rigid kayak, from the use I've had of it, I would say, yeah, I would thoroughly recommend going for an inflatable kayak. I would say you have to be a little bit careful with which inflatable kayak you go with, as some of the cheaper ones out there are not designed to be used out on the open water and out at sea. So you really do need to think about what use or where you want to use a kayak and buy one accordingly. The Sandbank ones aren't necessarily the cheapest ones out there on the market, but you're paying for it in quality and the fact that it's just really well made, it's solid, and yeah, I feel safe in it, which is the main thing. So thank you for watching today's episode of the Mammoth Tech Show. I've been Frankie. If you've got any questions or comments about the kayaks, then please put them in the comments below and we'll get back and answer them. If you've liked the episode, please give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see more episodes from us, please subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when new episodes are available. I've been Frankie and you've been very kind to watch. Thank you.